Man, it has taken them a while, but they are finally starting to ban ski mask.
I have a ski mask on. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm to anybody.
You could get fined $250 for wearing a ski mask in public in Philly. The city council just passed legislation banning these in places like parks, daycares, city buildings, and more. The councilman who introduced the bill says it's
The reason this topic is going so viral right now is because many African Americans in particular are outraged about this ban. They feel as if mostly African Americans wear the ski mask, so the ban is targeted at them.
I have a ski mask on. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm to anybody.
There are really people in the comments of this video defending this. Y'all are so quick to sign your rights away. They don't even have to take that shit. Y'all will just give it to them. Also, if you have a problem with crime, banning ski masks is not the answer. These legislations will do anything but give impoverished people resources. And Philadelphia gets cold in the winter, does it not? What is constituted as a ski mask? Because there are different types of facial coverings that can cover the entirety of your face that aren't your typical ski mask. This just gives them another reason to criminalize black people. Like, it's ridiculous.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about Philadelphia, which is just another liberal city that is crime infested and chaotic because it is run by woke, progressive, liberal Democrats and woke DAs. Like, for example, their Soros-backed DA, Larry Kroshner, who won his race because George Soros literally put millions of dollars behind his election. Guys like him who are soft on crime, he calls looters fundamentally law-abiding citizens, is the reason why this city has turned into a city of chaos where criminals can just get away with whatever they want. Like, for example, watch this clip right here.
Not going to let any judge disturb the peace of this city.
The DA calls it individual justice and says everyone involved in the looting will be looked at on a case-by-case basis.
We'll look carefully to see whether this is a one-off situation and they're fundamentally law-abiding people, hold them accountable one way, or whether they are criminals and they're all about taking advantage.
Yeah, so looters, people who loot and steal and rob on video, these agents of chaos, these young scholars, according to the woke DA, they're fundamentally law-abiding people, even though they are breaking the law, okay? And these people breaking the law, crime being out of control in this liberal city, has led to the Democrats who are running this city to pass a law that would do absolutely nothing about the crime that is destroying this city, because now they have officially passed a ban on ski masks. Remember how Democrats wanted to pass laws to force you to wear a mask? Now they want to pass laws to force you not to wear a mask, right? Because a lot of these criminals are wearing masks while they commit crime. So Democrats are saying, look, we got a great idea. In order to stop crime, to stop these criminals, we won't get rid of these progressive DAs, okay? We won't advocate for people to vote them out, right? To actually be tough on crime and support police. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to ban ski masks, right? We're going to take away people's ability to wear masks, okay? This is what they're doing. You have some Democrats who voted for it. A majority of them voted for it. And then you have some who voted against it for woke reasons, saying that the ski mask ban is racist. Again, just stereotypical chaos and destruction, right? And nonsense going on in a liberal city. So I want to react to this because, again, you know, this is par for the course when it comes to these liberal cities, and another reason why they're so chaotic. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and roll this news clip. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Fight or Flare. Violent crime across the United States has skyrocketed. Just recently, a politician was carjacked by 3 armed attackers just outside his home in Washington, D.C. This comes several months after another politician was assaulted in the elevator of her building. Between mass shootings, homicides, kidnapping, burglaries, carjackings, and more, it's never been more vital to learn how to protect yourself. This is why myself and tens of thousands are choosing the Fight or Flare flashlight. The Fight or Flare has awed people with its wonderful design and massive light output. On top of an ultra bright 800 lumen light, it boasts powerful strobe lighting modes for self-defense, a glass breaking hammer, a built-in power bank, solar powered recharging, rope and wire cutter, siren, high and low LED lighting modes, and much more. Countless 5-star reviews back up the notion that this flashlight is the latest and greatest in the EDC market. This holiday season, give the gift of protection to your loved ones. Simply place your order now and get 25% off plus access to the exclusive Preppers Peak newsletter, free express shipping, and last but certainly not least, a 100% lifetime guaranteed replacement. Get the gift of protection this holiday season before they run out at fighterflare.com and use promo code HOLIDAY for 25% off. That's fighterflare.com, promo code HOLIDAY for 25% off.
Now to a new ban on face coverings in Philadelphia. City Council voted today to outlaw the use of these ski mask style coverings, with one council member calling the face coverings a quality of life issue. NBC 10's Francis Wang is live in the newsroom to break down what all of this means. Francis.
Yeah, Jackie, even though a majority of the council had already voiced their approval for this bill, it was still a complicated and controversial one. SEPTA already introduced a similar ban earlier this year, and now the city council member who introduced this citywide ban says it was ultimately a choice between lawlessness and, as you mentioned, quality of life.
Ayes are 13, the nays are 2. Majority of all members voting in affirmative, the bill passes.
With just 2 council members voting no, a ski mask ban has now passed in the city of Philadelphia. Under this new bill, Philadelphians will be banned from wearing ski masks, also known as shiesties, in schools, rec centers, parks, city buildings, or any public transportation. Those who do will face a $250 fine. Anyone wearing one while committing a crime will face $2,000.
We move forward and we make progress as a people and city when we remove our masks and show who we are with all of our beautiful potential. That doesn't happen when we wear ski masks.
Philadelphia City Council member Anthony Phillips delivered an impassionate plea to his fellow council members to pass the legislation he introduced. He says it's centered around a public safety issue and feedback he's received from the community. However, most of the public comments today were from people strongly against it, from teens to those who work in social justice.
Safety is important. This proposal feels more like an attempt to further criminalize young people of color than it does to actually get at safety concerns.
I have a ski mask on. I didn't cause any harm to anybody. I don't plan on causing any harm to anybody. I've never been arrested. I never plan to be arrested.
I am begging, can we please put more of our energy into creating opportunities for young people to thrive, not more opportunities for them to be fined, arrested, and shuffled into a deeply harmful criminal legal system. All of our safety depends on that.
Even after hearing the criticism, Councilmember Phillips defended his bill.
I do believe in prevention. I do believe in the idea of doing as much as we can to support preventive measures and intervention. But nonetheless, this bill is not without controversy. No legislation is perfect, Philadelphia, but this bill goes a long way.
Almost every council member spoke on this issue, sharing personal stories and why they were careful in their choice.
This is a tough vote.
I came in actually leaning towards yes.
And ultimately, Councilwoman Jamie Gaudier, who you just heard from there, she was actually one of the 2 who voted no. Now, there are going to be exceptions, including religion, costumes, and sports. This bill now heads to the mayor's desk, and there are already similar bans in states like Florida and Georgia.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Okay, Philadelphia, another Democrat-run, liberal-run city with the same common denominators as all these other Democrat-run, liberal-run cities that are facing a crime crisis. Okay, you guys remember Meatball, okay, the influencer that basically incited a riot, right? This agent of chaos, okay, yeah. That story took place out in Philadelphia. Again, you have Philadelphia where businesses don't want to come, right? They don't want to open up a new store because of the crime crisis, okay? And you've had store closures happening nationwide in these liberal cities. Again, these same factors, right? The same factors, the same common denominators Just look at the news clip that I showed you guys, right? In regards to who's running this city. The same common denominator, okay? You guys can figure it out, okay? But anyways, with that being said, again, they banned the ski mask. And this is controversial because some people are crying racism. Okay, they're saying that this targets black people. This is criminalizing black youth and black teenagers who, for whatever reason, are determined to wear these ski masks. Which, again, I find to be hilarious because Democrats were basically trying to force people to wear masks just a few years ago. And now they want to force people not to wear masks. Okay, it's amazing how the world turns, how everything kind of comes full circle when it comes to Democrats and their silly policies. Now, here's what I think about this. Now, I don't think that this is racist, right? I'm not sure how you can accuse a black-run city of racism for wanting to ban ski masks, but I don't think that this policy is actually going to help, right? And the reason why is based off the same logic that, you know, conservatives typically use to defend people in their right to bear arms, which is that the problem is not the gun, okay? It's not the firearm. It's the people with the firearm. It is the criminal, okay? I don't think the problem is the ski mask. I think that the problem is the criminal behind the ski mask and being soft on these criminals. Now, again, this ski mask ban will just impose like an extra fine on people who wear the ski mask in places that is not allowed. And, you know, if they commit a crime with the ski mask, there'll also be a healthy fine, right? But the reality is that criminals don't care, right? They don't care about fines, okay? They don't care about slaps on the wrist. They don't care about laws. They don't follow the laws. This is why they are criminals. I'm not sure how many criminals are actually going to follow the law. I'm not sure how many criminals are going to say, oh, man, all of a sudden, I'm not going to wear ski masks, right? When the whole point of wearing a ski mask is to protect themselves from being identified, right? So if you're wearing a ski mask not to be identified, I'm not sure how the law can apply to you, right? Or how, you know, this ban is going to actually prevent anybody from committing any crimes when the whole point of wearing the ski mask is to protect your identity, right? It's the fact that, well, it makes it harder for police to identify the people that commit the crime. So again, I'm just not really following the logic of the ban, but I'm also not following the logic that the ban is racist, okay? I just think that this is just another example of how Democrats have no clue how to actually solve any problems, right? They just always come up with a bunch of things that do nothing to actually address the root and core problem, which is one, we have a parenting crisis in this country, and then two, we have a criminal justice problem in this country in which we are way too progressive on criminal justice in this country, okay? These criminals are getting slaps on the wrist. This is why the crime is out of control. It's because you're not being tough on criminals in regards to locking them up and throwing away the key when they commit these crimes. As long as you have a woke DA, like the guy out in this city, Larry Krasner, who is, you know, prosecuting these crimes, then this is going to continue to happen, okay? The ski mask ban isn't going to do anything when you catch the criminal and then the district attorney chooses not to enforce the law, right? I mean, again, I'm not sure exactly how this helps, but this is par for the course when it comes to Democrats. Do everything except address the actual real issue. Get tougher on the criminals. Impose tougher laws for criminals that commit the crime, whether you have a ski mask on or not. Enforce the law, right? Be tougher on crime. But again, that's not what they want to do, right? What people want to scream about is, oh, black people need more resources. They need more money. Nah, black people do not need more resources in these communities to stop crime, okay? That's not the reason why crime is happening. These people are not committing crimes because they're poor and they're hungry, okay? And they're doing it out of necessity. They're doing it because they're agents of chaos. They're doing it because we have a parenting crisis. They're doing it because they know that they're not consequences for their actions. They're not real consequences for their actions. We already know why they're doing it. If you address the root problems, the root causes of why they're doing it, then that's how you solve the problem. But again, they want to do everything except be tough on crime. And that's the frustrating part about all this, right? When you listen to some of these meetings, man, and these people, they complain, it's like, bro, what are you talking about? You talking about you need more resources, more money. These kids have plenty of things to do. They have plenty of programs. They have plenty of resources. They don't care, right? They don't want to play Monopoly or midnight basketball. That ain't stopping nobody from committing crimes. These kids that are committing these crimes, these criminals, again, they're raised bad and they know that there's no consequences for their actions, and this is why they do it. And until you address that, you're not going to see a change, okay? Because again, I do think that, when it comes to people signing up to, ban wearing ski masks in public, I don't think everybody that wears a ski mask is necessarily a bad person. And me personally, the only time I wear a ski mask, I've only worn a ski mask maybe once in my life, and it's not actually to ski. It's the only time I've worn a ski mask I can recall is when I was in New York City and it was super cold. Now, I'm not sure if the mask actually helped in regards to how cold it was, but that's the only time I wore it. I guess maybe it does help some people out when it comes to the cold. I know Philadelphia is a northern city. It gets super cold. So I tend to kind of put this in the same bucket as I would put in regards to this policy being implemented in reverse when they were trying to force people to wear masks, right? Where you're basically trying to make law-abiding citizens, you're trying to force them to do something that people should have the right not to do in public spaces, right? Like, for example, again, if you don't want to wear a mask, I don't think you should be forced to wear a mask. Again, same thing in reverse, okay? If you want to wear a mask, fine, right? I don't think you should be forced not to wear a mask. But it is kind of funny to think about how Democrats and their masking mandates have basically incentivized criminal behavior, right? When they told everybody to wear masks and then all of a sudden crime went up because criminals figured out that, oh, wait, wearing these masks actually, can help me get away with crimes, okay? Especially considering how these cities are soft on crime. I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, the criminals, all they gotta do is wear a N95, right? Just put on an N95, put on one of these medical masks, and then scream about COVID, right? Use COVID as an excuse, right? That's probably what the criminals will do, okay? They'll start wearing the N95s to commit the crimes instead of the ski mask, okay? They'll figure out a way around this, okay? They either won't follow it or they're going to figure out a way around it. I don't think this does anything to really stop crime. But then again, hey, who knows, okay? Who knows if, maybe this will help. I don't think that it will personally. But one thing I do know is that it's not racist, but at the same time, that doesn't make it not silly, right? I think what they should do is, again, get tougher on crime, but they want to do everything except that, right? It's almost as if they don't actually really want to solve the problem. It's just, it really is crazy to watch some of the madness going on in these cities. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.